Man needs difficulties, they are necessary for health. It all depends on how we look at things, and not how they are in themselves. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. The word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. All the works of man have their origin in creative fantasy. What right have we then to depreciate imagination? A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them. Man's task is to become conscious of the contents that press upward from the unconscious. We deem those happy who from the experience of life have learned to bear its ills without being overcome by them. Nobody, as long as he moves about among the chaotic currents of life, is without trouble. If one does not understand a person, one tends to regard him as a fool. Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes. Where love rules, there is no will to power, and where power predominates, there love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. When an inner situation is not made conscious, it appears outside as fate. The healthy man does not torture others. Generally, it is the tortured who turn into torturers. We cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. Follow that rule and that way, which experience confirms to be your own. Who has fully realized that history is not contained in thick books, but lives in our very blood? A psychoneurosis must be understood, ultimately, as the suffering of a soul which has not discovered its meaning. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved but only outgrown. Knowledge rests not upon truth alone, but upon error also. The debt we owe to the play of imagination is incalculable. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. Children are educated by what the grown-up does and not by his talk. A scream is always just that, a noise and not music. Show me a sane man, and I will cure him for you. Masses are always breeding grounds of psychic epidemics. Everyone knows nowadays that people have complexes. What is not so well known, though far more important theoretically, is that complexes can have us. Children are educated by what the grown-up does and not by his talk.